Hey everyone, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my new subscribers and welcome to the first edition of Fun Card Friday. This is a brand new series that you'll see every Friday, hosted by Tony at Creative Chica Halls and myself, Kelly Santee Designs, and we are calling it hashtag Fun Card Friday. We are inviting all of you to participate on this card making adventure. We're super excited, and it's a great time to start stocking your stash and getting those cards ready for special occasions, birthdays, and the holidays are upon us. It's a great time to start working on those holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah, etc. cards. If you haven't already got started, this is a great way to do it. And I do have a pro tip for you today. I'm going to try and bring you a tip every single week, and this week's pro tip is make it a double. Whenever you're making a card, try to make two. That way, instead of focusing on just one, when you are finished, you will have two completed cards. That way you'll be able to double your stash. What I like to do is when I'm die cutting one, I go ahead and do a second one. If I'm cutting a card base, I go ahead and make a second one. If I'm stamping and die cutting and coloring an image, I will go ahead and do a second one. It's so much easier to have two completed cards than one. And especially if you want to hang on to one and you want to send the other one out, you'll have this one as a sample and this one that you could share with a friend. So that is my pro tip for this first week. I would also like to invite you to be part of my YouTube. Go ahead and hit that subscribe right there in the corner, and it'll let you know when I have a new video up right up there. And I would love to have you as part of my YouTube family. So thank you so much for that. And thanks, Tony. This is going to be a fun adventure, girl. I am super excited to be in this collaboration with you. Love you bunches. Thank you so much for this. All right, my friends, I have one that I've already made. I'll share with you, and one we're going to make together. It'll be super simple, I promise, because almost everything is already pre-cut, pre-stamped, pre-colored, ready to go. We're just going to do the assembly. This is the first one, and I absolutely love how this turned out. This is a shaker card, and as you can see here, all the little snow that's inside here. It is a sweet little penguin, little top hat penguin here, and there she is with her sweet little bow. And then I put a matching heart, which is die cut from this same little snow paper. These are some pink snowflakes, and then here is the multicolored snowflakes, and this is from that little 6x6 pack from Michaels. And I added a warm holiday wishes. This was so absolutely adorable. Haven't done the inside yet because this is going to a very sweet couple, and I want to personalize it to make the inside just right. So that is the first card, and I did use the Mama Elephant. Oh, here's a little penguin here. The Mama Elephant and Stamps and Die, and it is called Polar Pals. I've had this in my collection for so long. This is quite an older set. I'm not sure if it's still available or not, but it is one of my favorites, so that's the one that I used for this week. There is card number one. Card number two will mirror the exact same one that I made here, just switched it up a little bit. Again, it's so easy to do. Once you're doing one, go ahead and do a second one. For this one, I am using that sensational paper from, let's see, Silent Night. This was from last year's Hot Buy from Michaels. This was a $5 purchase, and I just loved it. Everyone scooped it up last year. I was a little late to use it for last year's card, but this year it is getting a workout. This one is also going to be using my favorite things, and this is the Snow Buddies. I'm using this little cutie right here. And let's just go ahead and get started. I've already done most of the assembly, like I said. Oh, and one of the beauties about making these types of cards is you always get leftovers. There are a ton of pieces that you won't be using for this card, but you can use them for a second one. Pieces that are the outer lying spots. And so for this one, I went ahead and I added a piece of acetate already to it, so you can see there. And I'll be using this for a project as well. So I'm going to put all these pieces to the side and just put here what we will be using for this card. And also I did a little thrift flipping here because I was able to use, oh my goodness, where did I put it? I had a large piece of plastic that I used from my granddaughter's Barbie. So the acetate was great. Oh, here it is. It's literally in front of my face. This was a huge little piece of acetate plastic that she had her Barbie, and it had a bunch of stuff inside here and the paper. So I scooped it up, and that's what I'm that's what I have used here for my shaker cards. So don't throw those packagings out. You can always use them. All right, so the first thing that I did is I used my embossing buddy, which of course you just do here, and you put that on the acetate, and what it does is it repels the sequins or whatever mix you're putting in here, or the snow, for example. This is the snow that I'm using. It is the one from Dollar Tree, the faux snow. We have a bittersweet relationship. This faux snow and I love the look. It looks fantastic. It's sparkly, it's shimmery, it's glittery. It looks amazing in products, but it goes all over the place. I even found this in my coffee the other day. Go figure. So this is what I do. I go ahead and I hit it with the powder that's inside here. I also have the one from another company, which is amazing, comes in a stick, but that one happened to be nearby. And then what I also do is I add it to the paper where the snow is also going to lie. So it's going to be like that. That way you have both of them without that extra static on it. Okay, let's go ahead and start building. My card base is going to be pink, so this is the one we're using. I have a second layer, a little scalloped outline, and this is from a die from My Favorite Things. And I love this as a card base because it gives it that little extra, as I like to say, drama. Has a lot of character when you give it that little scalloped edge. So what I do is I go ahead and add this to the base first and get my card base out of the way so it is ready to go for when I need it. There you go, very simple. I've already added the foam to this one, so that one is also ready to go. I doubled it up, and I'm just using this one here. I think it's one that I got from Amazon, actually. So we're gonna go ahead and add this one. It has to be right in the center, and the reason for that is because it's going to go right on the top. So what I did for this one is I die cut this with a stitch die, took one that was slightly under the size so that it goes like this. And the reason for that is if you do it exactly even, if you don't line it up just perfectly, when you go to put it down, a lot of times you'll see a little bit of that from underneath. We don't need to see it, so instead of trimming it down, just use a die that's slightly smaller so that when you set it on, you don't have to worry about any overlay. Just another little tip that I like to use, and you only need enough to cover this little spot right here, this little arc. And these dies are from, sorry about my voice, oh my goodness, I've gotten like 3 hours of sleep this entire week. I don't know how I'm still standing upright, but we are going to get through this. These are the dies. You can tell by their signature pink color from Pink and Maine. Absolutely love them. One of my favorite companies to shop, and I believe they are here in Florida now. They did move from Georgia to Florida. So FGL, and let's see. I don't know if I want to do it this way with the peekaboo or this way. And what I'm trying to decide is where those snowflakes will line up, because I'm going to have a little girl in here. Yep, this way. And that way when I put her down in here, she's going to cover some of those up. I want some to be seen. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. I'm just using a quick Tombow that I picked up, I think, at Hobby Lobby. You can use any adhesive that you like. You can use a glue stick for your card making. You don't need fancy schmancy supplies. You can even cut this with scissors if that's all that you have. You can take a cardstock and just bend it in half. That works too. Card making should be fun. It should be a wonderful adventure, not expensive, and not a hassle. So I also have a tiny piece of vellum that she is going to sit on, just like that, or stand on. And since I'm covering this up, I'm going to go ahead and use some adhesive like this. What I normally would do is put a little bit of clear glue that dries clear, because vellum is tricky. There is glue specifically for vellum, but what I'm going to do here is just use a little bit of that acetate, because you're not going to see it. And I'm going to pop her up. Let's see where she's going to be, probably right around there. So I'm going to add this right here. So right about there, and it really enhances what's underneath. So you can see here what this one looks like, and then you can see here it's a much brighter white, because the acetate is really giving it like a little extra something. So you can see that there. And then what I also like to do is sometimes put a small little smidge there. that was a little too much. And just pop that down. And then she's going to go flat, not up on foam, because when you're doing these shakers, it could get stuck underneath. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that flat. And hopefully we will have success with that snow. So I'm going to add her here. Let me just once again try and line up where this will go and where she will stand. And put that right around here. Now I know she looks like she's floating in the air because originally I was going to add a sentiment inside here as well, but no matter where I put it, it was getting cut off and I didn't want to cover her up. So I'm going to add that on the outside and she's just going to hang out in here like that. Oh, this is turning out so, so, so cute. Now I'm putting her a little higher up because once this starts to settle, the snow, it will leave a snowbank under her feet. Similar to what you see here. So it's okay that she looks like she's floating in the air. I hope you are all still with me. I can't wait to see your cards. And this is really such a fun adventure. I have been a card maker for probably close to, I'm going to say almost 20 years now. I started out as a scrapbooking fanatic, and I've been scrapbooking since I was in high school, you know, back in 1912, and I absolutely loved it. I would keep my movie tickets, I would keep napkins, I would keep all the ephemera from every event that I went to, and I would add them to little scrapbooks. And then eventually that morphed into a card making. One of my friends at church had told me about Stamping Up, and I was, you know, stamping what? And she said, it's called Stamping Up, and, you know, come with me. This lady that I know, she does classes, and it's a lot of fun, and you can make some, you know, make and takes were what they were called. And it's really a fun event, and come out and see. And I was hooked. The minute I walked in, her name was Linda. She was a Stampin' Up demonstrator. Eventually she retired and moved away. Wow, I walked into her house and she must have been a demo for a while because her whole living room had been turned into a store, like a storefront, and it was fantastic. I'm going to move this slightly out of the view because I need to layer this just right. I don't want you guys to see my big old head, but I'm still here. What I'm trying to do is just line it up just right because you only get one shot at this. If this doesn't line up correctly with all of that foam that you've got there, you will ruin your project and it will not come back off. So try to do your best, and then there you go. That is, I can't believe I did this. Wait, we forgot the snow. Oh my goodness. See, I started talking about Linda and her Stampin' Up. I got so excited. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to just add it right here really quickly. I can't believe I did that. All right, see, there you go. Been card making for 20 years and I still make mistakes. I still do crazy things. So I'm going to just grab a handful. This is not normally how I would do this. So I'm going to grab a little handful of that snow and then put that in the garbage over there. Maybe a little bit more, just a teeny bit more. And then we'll close this up. Hopefully that worked out well. If you can see this upside down, I am looking from the bottom up to see where that snow is. Oh my goodness, I did tell you I have 3 hours of sleep. So there you go. Once that's in, normally what I would do is, let's just pretend this is the one. I would have it just like this. I would add the snow to my base, and then this with the foam, I would add it just like that. We actually did it in reverse today because I wasn't paying attention. And there you go. So there is the card, and there's our little snow sweetheart in there. Isn't she cute? I love that. Love, love, love. So what I'm also going to do, get some of that down there at the bottom, is instead of a sentiment on the front, because it was driving me crazy, I couldn't figure out where I wanted this sentiment. I actually think that looks really, really pretty. I thought about putting a little snowflake. Then I decided I'm just going to add a snowflake to the front and put the sentiment on the inside. She has a little bit of snow on her face. There we go. See if we can get that off. So what I'm going to do is just put a little snowflake on here and add the sentiment to the inside. I often do that in my cards. I decorate the inside. I thought that would be much better than adding it to the front. You don't always have to have the sentiment on the front. Sometimes the surprise can be on the inside. So I have my Stamping Misty. This is the most inventive stamping tool, I think it is. I can't remember what those words are. M-I-S-T-I. I think it's the most incredible stamping tool invented. I think that's what that is. So what I've done here is put in a, let me see if I can move this really quickly. This is kind of in the way. I've already used the die and cut out a matching frame of the scallop so that we can put a sentiment in here. And this is really easy to do with this tool. You just put down whatever sentiment you want. I'm trying to think which one I would like to use. I think you're my favorite snow buddy. You are a flurry of fun. That would be cute since it's hashtag Fun Card Friday. I have so much fun when we're together. Aw, sending bundles of hugs. I think it's between these two. I have so much fun when we're together. You are. I'm going to use this one. So much fun. That's the one that I'll use for today. So what you do is just put this on the inside, and that way you can write your message. And then this is great because you can line it up. Actually, I want that a little bit higher. I'm going to line it up, put this lid back down on here, and then move it around as needed. That doesn't look too straight. Let me try that again. And just do a quick stamping. I kind of like to eyeball it a little bit. And then this gives you the guides here, these little lines. I do have the mat, the little grid paper for this, which I think is still underneath here. And this is a great little tool to use. Excuse me. Which is what I should have done first. And that way it'll show you if this is going to be straight or not. So if you do this, just like that, I'm using the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. This is my second favorite one. My first one is the Altenew Crisp Black ink. I absolutely love that one. Got to order a new one. So instead of stamping down on here and then it's crooked and you waste your paper, let's go ahead and hit it on your little grid paper and it'll tell you, see, it has it lined up there. So this one is ready to go. Love, love this little stamping tool. This is actually a beautiful gift that I won from Misty, from the company, for a card that I created. I won their monthly contest, so they sent me this. I have so much fun when we're together. I'm going to do this one more time so that nice, crisp, and dark, and black, which absolutely beautiful. I'll put that away in a minute. Set everything to the side, including that little magnet. Be careful with those if you have that tool. Make sure it's not near your phone. Sometimes I have my phone here and I'm listening to music and that little magnet is next to it, so you gotta be really careful. So then on the inside, I got a little something on there from putting it in the Misty, but that's okay. We're gonna cover that up and no one's gonna know. So there you go. Put that one here. I hope you guys are still with me. I know this is taking longer than I thought. And there you go. The inside is created. You're not going to touch it yet because it's still drying. So just go around it. And there you go. We made a card. And that turned out to be so adorable. So there you go. I have 2 shaker snow cards, little pink themes. I was going to put a little border on the front here. Let's see, you know, maybe I still can. I was trying to decide if I wanted the border or not. I think I do, so we're going to pop this back off. This will be very easy to make. Now this one, you need a little bit of glue as well, so I'm just going to take the back of this one and put a little bit of adhesive all the way around. Normally I would use like a liquid adhesive, like a glue, the Bearly Arts glue. You can use Elmer's. You can, again, use those glue sticks, whatever you would like to use. I'm just going to go ahead and use this adhesive and put this right on the front, and it just gives it that little extra something to cover up this front panel. And it's going to be easier to go from the top to the bottom, like that. There you go. And like I like to say always is, don't be afraid of your card if you think you made a mistake. Like how I did it here. I did 2 things backwards today. And one of them was obviously forgetting the snow. And the second part is using this frame or not using the frame. At the last minute, I decided I wanted to use it. Just go ahead and make those changes. It's okay. And if you don't like it, take it back off. You have a few minutes before this type of adhesive really kind of like binds to the paper. So if you pull it up almost immediately, you'll have a little bit of wiggle room. If you wait too long, the glue starts to set, the adhesive bonds to the paper, and you will have a ripped card mess. So there we have our completed snow card. Absolutely love how cute and pink and girly this one is. Wonderful card to send to a friend. And of course, we have so much fun together. That's going to be it for this one, my friends. Make sure you follow that hashtag Fun Card Friday. See what everyone is creating today. And I am absolutely excited to share this with you, and I can't wait to see what all of you are creating as well. Every single Friday you can jump in and out any week you want, any card that you want to make. We just want to see your card making adventure happen with us. And that's going to be it for this one, my friends. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Helps my channel grow, and it also helps me find your channel as well. That's going to be it for this one, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye.